The diner was almost empty when the door burst open. 3 men swaggered in, their boots echoing off the tiled floor, their laughter sharp as knives. At the counter, a new waitress, quiet, shy, and clearly terrified, froze as they leaned closer. One of them sneered, "Serve us, Btch!" The words cut through the air like a slap. No one moved, no one spoke, until a deep rumble outside, the unmistakable growl of motorcycle engines, shattered the silence. The men turned, smirking. But when the door swung open again, their smirks died instantly. The Hellhounds biker crew had arrived. It was barely sunrise when Maya Lewis first set foot in Sam's diner. She had only been in town for 2 days, clutching a small suitcase, a worn resume, and a heart full of quiet hopes. The job didn't pay much, but it was something, a way to rebuild after everything she'd lost. The diner itself was old-fashioned, the kind of place where the smell of coffee lingered in the walls and the jukebox hadn't worked in a decade. But Maya liked it that way. She liked the rhythm of routine, the sound of sizzling bacon, the chime of the front door, the soft hum of the coffee machine. It gave her something to hold on to. What no one at the diner knew was that Maya had escaped a life of fear. She had fled a city where her ex-boyfriend's gang ruled the streets, where she'd once been trapped, bruised, and terrified. Changing towns was her second chance, and every cup of coffee she poured was another step toward freedom. The locals were kind, mostly. Evelyn, the older cook, took to her like a grandmother. Tommy, the young dishwasher, stuttered every time Maya smiled. And Sam, the owner, simply said, "If you show up, work hard, and treat folks right, you'll fit in just fine." For a while she did. Until that Thursday night. The diner was quiet except for a soft country song playing on the radio. Maya was wiping down tables when the door swung open. 3 men walked in, loud, reeking of cheap beer and arrogance. The tallest, with a jagged scar on his cheek, grinned when he saw her. "Hey there, sweetheart," he drawled. "New girl, huh? Serve us up something nice." Maya forced a polite smile. "Sure thing. What'll it be? Coffee? Hot." "Just like you," one snickered. She ignored it. But as she turned to pour their drinks, one of them smacked the counter and barked, "Faster, Btch! We ain't got all night!" The word hit her like a bullet. Her hands trembled. The old fear, the one she thought she'd buried, crept back up her spine. "Please don't call me that," she whispered. They laughed. "Oh, we got a mouthy one, boys." Sam wasn't around. Tommy had gone home. It was just Maya and Evelyn in the back, and Maya didn't want to drag the old woman into this. She tried to stay calm, setting the mugs down gently. But one of them grabbed her wrist. "Stay a little longer, sweetheart. I like when you're scared." Maya froze. Every muscle in her body screamed to run. She tried to pull away, but his grip tightened. "Let go," she said quietly. He laughed. "Or what?" That's when they heard it, the deep, thundering growl of engines outside. Dozens of them. Headlights swept through the diner's dusty windows like a storm of fireflies. The men turned toward the noise, frowning. The diner door creaked open, and in walked a wall of leather and steel. Black jackets, heavy boots, long hair, tattoos that told stories no one dared to ask about. The leader, a man with silver in his beard and calm fire in his eyes, scanned the room. "Maya," he said, his voice low but commanding. "You okay?" The thugs blinked. "How the hell do you know her?" The biker looked at them, then at her trembling hands. He took a slow step forward. "She's family," he said, "and you're about to make the biggest mistake of your lives." For a few heartbeats, no one spoke. The thugs tried to laugh it off. "Family, huh? She your little girlfriend or something?" But the biker didn't flinch. He just walked closer, the floor creaking under his boots. "I said," he repeated, his voice dropping, "she's family." The man who had grabbed Maya stepped back, suddenly less sure of himself. The leader's jacket bore the patch LLHONSMC, East Ridishiyar. Behind him, 10 more bikers filled the doorway, silent but watchful. The scarred thug scoffed, forcing a smirk. "We're just having fun. No harm done. Fun." The biker tilted his head. "You scare a woman, grab her, call her names, and call that fun." His tone hardened, every word like a growl. "Where I come from, men who do that don't walk away smiling." Maya's voice trembled. "It's okay, Nick. Please, just let them go." The name hit the air like a spark. The leader, Nick Lewis, president of the Hellhounds, wasn't just any biker. He was her older brother. They hadn't spoken in years, not since Maya ran away from home after their parents died. But he had been searching for her. Every diner, every small town, every lead. And now, by sheer fate, He had found her again, at the exact moment she needed him most. Nick turned to her, eyes softening. You shouldn't have to deal with this alone. Sis. Maya's lips trembled. I didn't know how to find you. He gave a small smile. You just did. One of the thugs tried to push past him. We're leaving. Nick's hand shot out, gripping the man's jacket. Not yet. He leaned in close, his voice calm but deadly serious. You ever talk to a woman like that again? Any woman, you'll deal with us? Understand? The thug nodded quickly, the bravado gone. The other two backed toward the door, stumbling over each other. As they left, the rest of the bikers stepped aside, silent sentinels of warning. When the door finally closed behind them, the diner went quiet again. Maya sank into a chair, tears in her eyes. Nick, I thought you'd hate me. After I left, he crouched beside her. Never. You did what you had to do to survive. I just wish you'd called sooner. Evelyn came from the kitchen, wiping her hands on her apron. Well, I'll be damned, she said softly. Looks like the cavalry's arrived. The bikers chuckled. Nick turned to Maya. You still make that sweet tea Mom used to love? Maya smiled through her tears. I do. Then I guess we're staying for dinner. They sat around the diner, men who looked rough as iron but spoke gently